can hear the sound of my voice, clap 3 times. If you can hear the sound of my voice, clap 3 times. Boys and girls, welcome. Welcome to today's assembly. Good morning. You are in for a treat today. I'd like to introduce Ms. Davis. They have worked hard and prepared for a presentation that's a medley of skits focused on a lot of the different things they've been learning about this year in the 4th grade curriculum. After her assembly, stay tuned because we'll also be doing some awards in the Forest of Virtue. Let's give Ms. Davis a big welcome.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all for coming. I'm so glad that we can all be here together and have this little celebration. It's really nice to have this nice community all together. I love doing shows, as people see me over the years. I love doing shows. They have a lot of parts and have some educational basis, certainly, but also they can be a little bit silly, and this one is certainly a little bit silly too. You can't do these things unless you have the help of lots of people in your school, and I always just count on the fact that they will help me. And yes, once again, people just came out and helped me big time, and I really appreciate it. I wanted to thank Ruth Monty, who's not here today. She helped us so much with putting together our songs. I want to say thank you to Mr. Heater, who's over there, and been really helpful getting coordinating these things for me. I'm not very technical, and he knows exactly what to do, and he's been very sweet about it. Andrea Wolf helped us with our artwork. Mike Marcoux helped us set up here. There was another assembly just this morning, and so everything had to come together fast. And I want to thank my parents for sending in the props and helping their kids learn their lines. And last but not least, Sue Weedman and Elizabeth Henderson and Ann Fox for putting up with us, saying our lines over and over again. So I'm going to turn it over to my mistress and master of ceremonies. Come on up.
Thank you all for coming. We have been working hard to put together this show for you, and we hope that you will enjoy. Hey, Akash, did you realize that this is our first Forest of Virtue assembly for grades 3 and 4 this year?
Yes, it's meant that we have all had to try to be extra good for months.
I know you are just kidding, Akash. BFCCPS only has great kids, right?
Right. So, back to our assembly. Look up. Have you ever stopped to realize how important piece of number 4 is? We have 4 limbs. There are 4 sides to a square. There are 4 quarts in a gallon and 4 wheels on a car.
Yes, Akash, I have noticed how important the number 4 is. BFCCPS has 4 main virtues. We enjoy 4 distinct seasons in English. Why, even Abraham Lincoln, when he gave the Gettysburg Address, said 407 years ago, not 507 years ago.
Yes, 4 is a pretty important number,
Especially if you're in 4th grade.
So we are going to show you some of the things that we learned in 4th grade through a series of skits that we are calling
Go Forth! Our skits will start with a spoof of the Ellen Show, starring who else? Our own Erin! Welcome to my show on Channel 4, which I humbly call The Erin Show. If you want to learn about 4th grade curriculum, you've got to tune into my show. Yesterday, it was great to have the new president of Mexico with us, Enrique Peña Nieto. Talk about getting the hottest interview, huh? Well, today, I have an equally exciting show for you. After what seems like a billion years of trying to track him down, I've been granted the very first interview of the hottest superstar of all. In fact, he is a star. Please shade your eyes and give a warm welcome for the sun. traveled 93 million miles to get here.
Well, Erin, you caught me at just the right time. What's today's date?
December 21st, of course.
Well, as you know, it's the winter solstice. Shortest day of the year around here, right? So I have a little extra time on my hands.
Me?
Yes, I can't help it. There's some worshippers all over the globe. Let's face it, in another stars, I am the star. Your earthlings may call me the man or Devon. What would you like to know?
Well, in 4th grade, we studied the weather. The very first thing we learned is that you, the sun, are responsible for all weather. Can you explain?
Well, very briefly, I heat the earth, but I don't heat it evenly. You know how it gets hotter when you're standing on pavement than when you're in a forest? Well, because of the earth's terrain, this is heat easy. And combine that with the fact that the earth is tilted on its axis. So some places always get hotter than others, like those places at the equator. Places get hotter when they're tilted towards you.
Yeah, we rotate each day, right? That's why it's so cold outside.
Right. So when air is heated, it starts to move. But when different masses of air have different temperatures, different amounts of moisture in them, they start to move differently, which causes all sorts of weather all over the earth.
Like wind and tornadoes and rain and sleet?
Enough, guys. Let me finish. Yep, I'm responsible for everything from gentle breeze to hurricanes, from freezing temperatures to heat waves. It's a lot to explain in one interview, and I encourage students to read up on it. But there are, coincidentally, 4 main things that vary day to day with weather. 1 is wind, 2 is temperature, 3 is moisture or precipitation, and 4 is air pressure.
I understand wind, temperature, and precipitation, but air pressure? I don't feel any air pressure around me.
Well, you don't feel it, but it's here. I actually brought along my good friend and scientist Jack B. and Joe to prove it to you. Now, remember, what you're about to see is not magic, it's science. We are here to demonstrate to you that even though you can't feel it, air pressure really does exist. I have a milk bottle with a hard-boiled egg in it. How do you think I got the egg into the bottle? Air pressure pushed it in. Yes, there is a certain air pressure all around us. There is nothing we can do to change that today. But if we can lower the air pressure inside the milk bottle, then an egg sitting on top of the bottle will actually be pushed in. How do you think I lowered the air pressure inside my bottle? You know how fire, well, I'll tell you. You know how fire needs oxygen to burn? I made a small fire inside my bottle, which used up the oxygen, and then the egg got pushed right into the bottle. So, we are going to attempt to show you that demonstration with this egg and bottle. My trusty assistant, Ms. Davis, will light the fire. You will have to watch carefully. If the fire successfully uses up the oxygen quickly, then the egg will be pushed in very quickly too.
Opal will be here with her dog Winn-Dixie. In our fourth grade class, we memorized a few famous poems that every classically educated person should know. One of them is Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost.
Robert Frost was a famous poet from New Jersey. He was President John Kennedy's favorite poet. Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening is one of his most famous poems.
Here to recite this beautiful poem are Lauren, Tiffany, and Colin. A few other classmates are coming along to help set the mood. Good morning. This poem is about a man who is traveling through the woods with his horse. It is snowing and the woods are very dark. The man knows he needs to get home, but he can't resist stopping to watch the snow. If you listen really carefully, you will hear a reference to the shortest day of the year, today.
Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. Whose woods these are, I think I know. This house is in the village though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill off the snow. He gives his harness, bells a shake, glass of the cake. The other sounds the sweet of easy wind and downy flick. You are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep.
Fourth grade, we also write our own poetry. After reading some great sports poems, and at the urging of Miss Davis to write our own sports poems. Here to recite their own original poems are Justin, Layla, Grace, Viva, and Alex.
Right as the referee left the cup three, I pulled back to my teammates to me. Here I am, streaking down the ice. I'm all ready with my skates laced tight. I dangle the goalie, stretching real far, but he can't stop my shot.
I throw the ball up, whack, thrash. She runs to hit it quickly, really fast. My racket flies, I love to carry. There's pressure on my shoulders, but it's nothing I can carry. 30 to love, yippee, yippee. As I told you before, no one can beat me. I hear the crowd roar, they love me, woo-hoo. But there's no cheer for my partner, so I feel bad for her too. My partner makes a comeback, I get a sense of dread. She hits wicked hard, it just misses my head. It's 30 to 15, boo hoo hoo. I never knew winning was something she could do. I hit a fast volley, she doesn't have time. My partner hits the court, she sits in the ground. 40 to 15, one more point and I win. She slams it too fast and it doesn't go in. I've won, yippee, woo hoo, and wow. My partner slips away because the game's done now. Gymnastics. I mount the beam, ready to fly. Can't wait to give the judges a prize. Position my feet, move to the beat. I'm just as ready as I am steady. I run, jump, and flip some more. Hope I don't slip, now hit the floor. Run to the bar, I feel like a star. Quick bar routine, not so bad. Here I come, prepare to be glad. No circle, triple flip, jump on the high bar. One more flip, and the ground's about to tip. I put my hands up and enjoy the applause.
Basketball. Up in the air, the ball is tossed. Catch it, pass it, be the boss. Dribble it and bounce it down the floor. Make that player dash and score. Gotta steal the ball. Do it fast. Teammate will push you. Send a chest pass. Shoots a three-pointer. Watch the ball score. Swish through the net. At this point, score. Now it's time for some fourth grade math. In fourth grade, it's really important to learn about the characteristics of two-dimensional shapes. We focus a lot on quadrilaterals, which of course are four-sided polygons, but we also learn about different triangles and more. Libba is going to speak in our fitness class, where some of our friends are getting in shapes.
One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, rectangle, keep those shoulders square. Triangle, that acute angle is not looking so sharp to me. If you guys want to stay in shapes, you need to work hard. What are you doing here today? 2 of my students here today have special names, and they are working to stay in shapes. My other student over there is trying to acquire a special name. Do you mind if I talk to them? No, not at all. Hi there, what are you called? I'm what is called an isosceles triangle, because I'm a 3-sided figure, but 2 of my sides have the same length. Okay, so isosceles triangles can be acute, right, or obtuse, depending on how big the biggest angle is. Can you believe I actually used to have a 100-degree angle up top here? So I was an obtuse isosceles triangle. But I have slimmed down so I'm an acute isosceles triangle. I'm trying to stay this size so I can be in a lot of drawings and birthday parties with birthday hats. Well, you look really sharp. Hi there. What are you called? I'm a rectangle, like football fields, soccer fields, driveways. I'm surprised you would ask. I'm certainly one of the most common quadrilaterals around. Yeah, you're right. Hey, I just made a joke. I said you're right and you have all right angles. Yes, that is what's so very special about me. I'm working hard to keep each of my angles at a perfect 90 degrees so they make a perfect L like this, or like this. Well, I did happen to notice, rectangle, that your sides are not the same length. So even though you are a rectangle, you aren't qualified to call yourself that special kind of rectangle, a square. So big deal. Who wants to be a square? I feel that my kind of rectangle has a lot more personality.
it's so intimidating for me to be here. Everyone's got something special about them except me. They got right angles, parallel sides, something. All I've got is 4 sides.
What would you like to be?
Hey, I don't have to be anything as perfect as a square. I don't even care about being a parallelogram with 4 right angles. But if I could get just one of my sides to be parallel, I could become a trapezoid. My mom and dad, who are just polygons, would be so proud of me.
Well, you certainly are working hard enough. Good luck. Miss, we do have some work to do. Do you mind if we get back to our class? Sure thing. Thanks for letting us interrupt.
Now it's time for a little 4th grade social studies. In 4th grade, we learn about the basic rights that Americans enjoy. Some of our most basic rights, such as freedom of worship, freedom of the press, and freedom of speech, and freedom of assembly, come from the First Amendment to the Bill of Rights. Here to form the freedom of speech rap hip-hop is a big group of classmates. In 4th grade, we also studied the Middle Ages in Western Europe. That time from 700 years ago, knights, castles, lords, ladies, and serfs.
It is fun to read about kings and castles, but it's important to remember that most people were just regular folks. They were serfs or peasants who lived on the lord's manor, spent most of their time working for him, and lived pretty hard lives.
Yeah, the serfs' food was pretty much the same thing every day. Some porridge or gruel, some bread, and some ale. They rarely got to eat meat because they weren't allowed to hunt in the large forest.
Lords and their families, on the other hand, lived much more comfortably in their manor houses and had a wide variety of foods on their tables. You will hear about some of them in our next skit, based on the game show Family Feud. Our version is called Family Feudal.
Welcome everyone to Family Feudal. My name is Richard, son of Dot, and I am your host. You two families will play against each other to guess the answers to our survey questions. Whoever does better gets our grand prize. Today's grand prize is a chair. Most folks in the Middle Ages have to sit on benches, so having a chair with a back is a real treat. Let's meet today's families. Good day to you, sir. What's your name?
I am Lord Alfred Castle, sir.
Nice to meet you, Lord. Where are you from?
From the castle, of course, over yonder.
Yes, of course. What do you do?
I defend myself against other lords. I do a lot of hunting and hunting. I make sure that my serfs are good too. Occasionally, I do just.
Sounds like a nice life. Who have you brought with you today?
This is my wife, Lady Jane Castle. This is my son, Sir Hugh Castle. Who is a knight? The last is my nephew, Jeffrey Castle. And last is my son, Jeffrey Castle, who studies.
Nice to meet all of you. Let's meet our other family. Good day to you, sir. What's your name?
John.
John what?
John Miller. I don't have a last name. Oh, never mind. John. I don't have a last name.
Oh, you were one of those serfs that doesn't have a last name, huh?
Yeah. And I just live in a hut. I don't want to be called John Hut.
Well, what do you do?
I work at my lord's mill grinding wheat all day.
So I guess it makes sense to call you John Miller then, doesn't it?
Yes, I guess that would be fine.
So John Miller, who have you brought with you today?
Well, this is my hard-working wife, Mary Miller, my son, John the son, and my cousin, Robin Miller.
Nice to meet all of you. Let's start our game, shall we? Lord Alfred and John, please come out for the first question. You two families will play. I'm going to ask you the survey question. Slap your hand on the Doomsday Book to give me your best answer. Whoever has the answer with the most points gets the player pass. The survey question is, what are the most delicious foods or drinks we find on the table at a Middle Ages feast? Lord Alfred, you did not even slap the book.
Yes, the miller's hands are very dirty. I do not want to touch them.
Well then, the Millers have a chance to play. So John, what do you think was one of the most delicious foods at a Middle Ages feast?
Well, we serfs have our holidays, of course, but as a serf, I've never really been to a fancy feast table. All I really have is porridge. So my answer is porridge.
Porridge. Okay. Survey says... No, I'm sorry. Porridge is not one of the most delicious foods. Let me go into Mary. Mary, dear, you look tired.
Well, I was up at 4th grade feeding the chickens.
Mary, what do you think is one of the most delicious foods?
Well, I would have to say porridge,
No, Mary, you don't understand. That answer was already given.
but that is pretty much all we eat.
Well, there must be something else you can think of.
Well, like John, I've never sat at a piece. I guess I'll say corn.
Okay, let's see if it's up there. Survey says, oh, Mary, I am so sorry. Gruel is not one of the most delicious foods. Hi, Jonathan. What's your guess?
Well, I don't know if any man be serve our Lord who does not want a good glass of ale. So I say ale.
Okay, let's see if it's up there. Survey says, yes, ale was the most popular answer. Looks like your luck is turning. Robin, can you keep your family's hopes alive? You must correctly guess a delicious food or the castles will have a chance to play and win. What's your guess?
I once had roasted chestnuts for a treat, so I'm going to have to say chestnuts.
Okay. Let's see if it's up there. Survey says, no, I'm sorry. Now the castles will have a chance to play and win. Lord Castle, what is your guess?
Well, whenever we are going to have a feast, I go hunting in my woods where the deer are plentiful. There is nothing better than a venison steak, so I'm going to say venison. That is my answer.
Okay. Survey says, yes, venison was one of the most popular. Beautiful lady Jane. What's your guess?
I am particularly partial to roasted peacock. That should be on every feast table. That's my answer.
I like occasional peacock myself. Okay, Lady Jane said roasted peacock. Let's see if it's up there. Survey says, yes, roasted peacock was one of the most delicious foods. Moving on to you, Sir Castle. What do you think is one of the most delicious foods at a Middle Ages feast?
Well, one of my particular favorites at a feast table is swallows on toast. They're a little bit bony, but they are so yummy. So that is my answer.
That seems likely. Okay, let's see if it's up there. Survey says, yes. Swallows on toast was one of the most delicious foods. If you correctly guess a delicious food or drink, then your family gets to go home with this beloved chair. So, what's your guess?
I don't know what to say. Blackbird pie or live frog pie. Both are so delicious. Well, there's nothing better than foreign blackbirds baked in a pie. So I'll go with blackbird pie.
Okay, for the grand prize. Survey says, yes, your family wins the chair.
I love sitting in this chair in the great hall, wearing my hat shaped like a heart.
So sorry, Millers. Better luck next time. This is Richard, son of Dawes, saying so long. See you tomorrow with another round of Family Feudal when the Carpenters will be playing against the Butchers.
call it Frankly Beck, about the life of Beck Franklin.
Frankly, Beck, I've never heard of that concept.
Neither have I.
I must have opened and closed on runway in this one day.
Well, I hate to tell you, Emma, but our show is going to open and close on one day too.
Well, we all love Ben Franklin here, so I think this will be a great song for our school.
1, 2, 3, start.
The art of virtue is knowing wrong from right. Art of virtue is knowing wrong from right. Each day, make a choice, nor just being polite. Do the right thing, practice every day. Hear my call, just start out small, you'll soon be on your way to the top. Don't talk, but listen, it's more than just one way. Use some peace and love and hear what others say. Work hard at all you do. Lay it brick by brick, 2, 3, 4, and soon you'll find nothing good in life comes free. Hold on, I'm gonna write this down. The art of virtue is knowing wrong from right. Each day you make a choice, or just being polite. System of practice, and we know that educated. Finish one manual, you go on, and second stage straight. The art of virtue, discover right from wrong. Each one of us has a job to do, that's how we all get along. A dash of humanity, finishes off the process. Slowly each day in a humble way, be the best, throw out the rest. Aim grand, you'll understand that virtue is the key to success.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for Ms. Davis. That was really, really incredible. You guys should be very proud of yourselves. You did an excellent job. Thank you. Our assembly is not over, though. I'd like to introduce Ms. Joanne Schaefer, our other 4th grade teacher. She's going to start us off on our Forrester Virtue Award. Thank you, Ms. Schaefer.
For the second grade's gonna go quietly, okay? The second grade's going very quietly.
I didn't realize.
I'm sorry.
Second grade, if you could please stand. Bye, friends. Thank you for your attention. Ms. Schaefer.
Well, all I can say is, wow. Very hard to come up after that. You have set the bar very high again, Mrs. Davis. Each and every year, you surpass yourself from the previous year. Excellent job. Also have to say, this is the first time I've been on this side of the lights. It's hot back here. These kids have been up here for a while. It's not easy. I'd like to call up and recognize Kevin Harding, Stephanie Bell, Hannah Rao, Patrick Dolan, Robbie Tappan, and Michael Lee Bacher. goodness, I just asked Kevin, are you nervous? He said, a little bit. My friend never gets nervous. They're all friends, all friends. The virtues that Kevin is being nominated for are prudence and temperance. Although I knew most of the class this year, there was one student in my class that I had never met before, and I had the distinct pleasure of meeting Kevin Harden on the very first day of school. Kevin is being recognized for prudence and temperance. Kevin is as honest as the day is long. Even if the truth... I hope that wasn't a sign from above. Even if the truth does not always benefit him, he does not contemplate, even for a second, being anything but absolutely truthful. A trusting relationship between a teacher and a student is of paramount importance, and I know I can always count on Kevin. Although he was new to our school this year, Kevin's magnetic personality has attracted many friends, and it's no wonder. Kevin has so much to offer. He's knowledgeable on many subjects, especially dragons. He's a very talented artist whom the students enjoy watching him work, and he's extremely humble. He probably doesn't even like being up here right now. He does not want the spotlight on him, even when he's done something incredible. We are very lucky to have him as the newest member of Team 4S. Stephanie Bell is nominated for a Leaf in the Forest of Virtue for prudence and fortitude. I don't think I have ever seen a student work harder than Stephanie. Academics do not always come easy for Stephanie, so she has to put efforts above and beyond most of her peers, and yet she never complains. In fact, just the opposite. Stephanie welcomes additional academic challenges. She always does, or at the very least attempts, to do the optional challenge work in math and the extra credit work. And get this, with a great big smile on this lovely freckled face. I have yet to see Stephanie get upset, even tackling the most difficult of assignments. In our class, which we have named Team 4S, students earn tickets for exceptional behavior and acts of kindness. Stephanie was the first to earn 25 tickets, as she consistently is offering help to fellow classmates or others in the BFCCPS community, never expecting accolades. Way to go, Stephanie. Robbie Taffy. Robbie is being recognized for fortitude, prudence, and temperance. Although Robbie is very soft-spoken, his actions speak loudly. Robbie is a compassionate student who personifies what friendship means. Robbie was aware that Kevin was our only new student and constantly went out of his way checking in with Kevin to make sure he knew what we were doing or where we were going in the school. Robbie has such a gentle manner that he puts everyone at ease by just being who he is. Robbie is consistently optimistic about any project or assignment, and his positive responsiveness is infectious to all those around him who are beginning to welcome new assignments as well. Robbie is frequently one of the first to complete a task and always willing to help a student who is still working, most of the time without me ever asking. He is a very intuitive student whose own drive will take him far. Robbie, it's a pleasure to have you on Team 4S. Hannah Rao. Hannah is being recognized for fortitude because of her perseverance and for justice because of her strong friendship and unwavering compassion for those she perceives in need. At the beginning of the year, Hannah was struggling a bit with some of the more complex math concepts, but she never gave up. Hannah pushed through day after day after day, and although it was sometimes an uphill battle, her efforts paid off as she is beginning to experience small successes. With each success came renewed confidence. She is now eager to participate in all math-related activities, oftentimes assisting a classmate. Helping a classmate is something Hannah does without giving a second thought. She is an extremely loyal friend who stands by them through thick and thin. I am proud to watch Hannah grow into the student I know she could be. Bravo, Hannah. Patrick Dolan. Okay, I'm going on record now when I say I see a future political career for Pat. Perhaps mayor of Boston, if he doesn't become president of Notre Dame. It is no wonder that Pat is well liked by his classmates, as he possesses a terrific sense of humor. But what has struck me the most about Pat, though, is not his sense of humor, but his deep compassion for his classmates, who may not be feeling at the top of their game on that particular day or moment. Pat has an uncanny ability to sense his classmates' need and rises to the occasion by either stating the name as if he's shouting a cheer for the Fighting Irish, or simply by going over to them and asking if they're okay. And he waits and listens for their response. Pat truly represents Team's 4S motto, all for one and one for all. Thanks for being who you are, Pat. Michael Lee Batu. Oftentimes, Michael is being recognized for prudence and temperance. Oftentimes during a youth ceremony, we speak of a specific instance or two wherein a student has demonstrated exemplary behavior. Think of all the wonderful characteristics of the best that we have to offer at BFCCPS. Are you thinking of them? Mindfully epitomizes all of them. Truth be told, Mindfully makes my job an easier one. She is kind, fair, and pleasant to all she encounters, whether it be a classmate, a fellow BFCCPS student, or a teacher. She is respectful to all at all times. Mindfully embodies our pledge. This is who I want to hope to be, even when no one is looking. Mindfully clearly conducts herself appropriately at all times, not to simply please her teachers, but simply because it's the right thing to do. Keep up the great job, Mindfully.
I am totally embarrassed that I did not recognize my good friend and former colleague who has been very helpful putting together our assembly. Please welcome back Judy Bergeson. Stand and speak out. They all go like that. They're ready. Okay, I would like to ask Erin McCaffrey, Benjamin Mocha, Akash Palamaswamy, Emma Ford, Rania Al-Shawabke, Joey Zersi, and Jack Vasili to join me up here. Our color printer is down. You will get colorful certificates. Right now they're black and white, okay? Erin is nominated for Lead for the Forest of Virtue for Fortitude. Erin is a conscientious student and a kind friend and classmate. What I want to highlight today is Erin's fortitude. Though she has a soft voice and sometimes appears shy, Erin is a strong and gutsy girl who is willing to take risks. When she does not understand something in the course of our lessons, Erin speaks right up and asks questions. She listens carefully to teachers and visitors and fellow students and asks astute questions to probe their comments further. She expresses her own points of view on many different topics, taking the risk that others might not agree.
Finally, as she demonstrated here today, she doesn't mind taking a risk to express herself on the stage. Erin is a wonderful asset to our classroom. Congratulations, Erin. Benjamin Mocha has many outstanding qualities that make him a good friend, classmate, and student. Today, however, I wish to honor Benjamin for the incredible fortitude he showed this fall when he experienced a severe bout of poison ivy. Benjamin was covered head to toe, literally, in bumps and blisters. He took off several days from school to deal with the pain and itch, but before long he was back at school, even though he had to have been extremely uncomfortable wearing a sweatshirt in the heat. Poison ivy of this magnitude is not just itchy, it is painful. Not once did Benjamin complain, and he was actually unwilling to be given any special privileges during the siege. Benjamin showed all of his classmates and the adults around him what it means to be a real trooper. Congratulations, Benjamin. You're getting a leaf in the forest of virtue for temperance. Akash is an excellent and attentive student. He sets high standards for himself and works hard to meet those standards, listening carefully to directions and following through. So, why is Akash getting a leaf for temperance when it seems to come so easily to him? It's because he takes self-control maturity to let others answer questions in math when you know the answer, to let others find their own solutions without imposing yours on them, and rejoicing in your own successes humbly. It also takes temperance to return to a writing task repeatedly and not throw up one's hands in despair when your teacher asks for more details again. When I see how quickly Akash moves about on the playground playing football, I know he is showing self-control in the classroom. Congratulations. And Emma is getting a leaf in the forest of virtue for fortitude. Emma is a wonderful young lady who is developing strong interpersonal skills. In many respects, she is a take-charge person to whom others can look for guidance and direction. She exhibits patience and tolerance with peers when she is paired to work with others in the classroom, always doing her part and seeking to create a great team project. But that does not mean that she tolerates inaction or silliness on the part of others. Emma strives for excellence, and she attempts to urge others on to work as a team to the best of their ability. This is not always easy, and Emma can be counted on to give fair and honest constructive criticism. Emma is very ecumenical, willing to share advice, attention, and friendship with all. Rania is getting a leaf in the forest of virtue for fortitude. Rania is someone of small stature and soft voice, but don't mistake those things for a lack of strength. Rania has a big heart and a strong determination to do well. Also, increasingly, I am seeing a stronger desire to be heard in the classroom, figuratively as well as literally. Rania's hand is up in class all the time now. She's very quickly becoming one of my go-to students whose hand is up, even if the question is about something as dry as singular possessive. And when she speaks, her voice is getting bigger and bigger, really. She sits in the classroom in such a cute but confident manner, feet on the chair, but totally, absolutely listening. I love looking over at Rania as I speak and seeing how this little powerhouse of energy, who I know is going to be doing something great someday. And Joey is getting a leaf in the forest of virtue for justice. Joey is a polite student and a kind friend. What I want to recognize today is Joey's commitment to our classroom, which has played itself out in several ways during the fall. First, when no one else wanted to take on the job of floor monitor, Joey stepped right in without a fuss, did the job without having to be prompted, and with no complaint. Likewise, when we partner up to work in the classroom, Joey shows respect to all, never complaining about an assignment, but doing his job to make whatever student situation he is faced with work for all. Finally, I would be remiss if I did not mention Joey's total commitment to preparation for our assembly. He accepted his roles graciously and has worked diligently, particularly as a rapper, to make our show the best it could be. Congratulations. Mr. Silly, Jack is getting a leaf in the forest of virtue for justice. Jack looks like a young lawyer to me. Maybe not right now, but usually. And I think that might be his calling someday, because Jack has a strong sense of fairness.
Jack is vocal in class discussions and has an easy time seeing both sides of an issue. When I need to ask him to redirect his energies, Jack accepts fair criticism and never gives me any excuses or asks that exceptions be made for him. In his role, first term, in the difficult position of snack ogre, Jack handled the task of asking peers to follow classroom rules in a way that was fair and respectful. Jack is committed to the dignity of our class as a whole and has worked very hard in the course of preparing our assembly to make sure that we are seen in the best light possible. We love our Jack B.
Hello. Can I see Silas, Aditya, Abby S., Paige, John, and James? This is Silas's first assembly with the Leaf and the Forest of Virtue. Silas is getting this leaf for fortitude. Silas is an asset to BFCCPS, and we are fortunate to have such a wonderful student join our school. Silas shows courage in coming to a new school. It is never easy to start school in the fall, but it is even harder to start at a new school. In fact, this is Silas's third new school in 4 years. I truly admire Silas's courage and perseverance. He has had to adjust to a new reading program, new math program, and new friends. He has made wonderful friends, and it seems like he's been at our school for years. The other character trait I love about Silas is his optimism. Silas always has a smile on his face and always says, "Hello, Mrs. Erkovic," or for that matter, any teacher he is passing. Silas is always willing to lend a hand, no matter what, with whatever project I need help doing. He is kind, gentle, and caring. He is the first to say please and thank you, and the first to admit he has not been paying attention or talking when he shouldn't. He is a dream student and a joy to have in class. Mr. Aditya. Aditya is earning this leaf in the Forest of Virtue for prudence. Aditya is an all-round great student, and he earns distinction because he has sound judgment and he makes good choices. Aditya always puts work before socialization. When work is assigned, Aditya always gets right to work and doesn't let any distractions interfere with doing his best work. Aditya is a student whom I can trust to help other students and give me the true account of any situation that has happened in the classroom. In class, we have begun literature circles, which require students to be prepared for discussion and discuss their book with maturity and respect. I have been so proud of the way that Aditya has handled himself in a group with his peers who are not on task. Instead of getting into an argument, Aditya will wait patiently and conduct his discussion with the other student who is willing to talk about the book. Aditya is a joy to have in class, and I look forward to the rest of the year. Abby asked if she should take her head candy canes off, and I said no, knowing that she was going to have to stand up in front of everybody. Abby is getting this leaf for temperance. Abby is getting this leaf for working towards mastering herself for the sake of others and for herself. I am so proud of how hard Abby has worked the last couple of weeks to organize her daily 5 and in transition in a timely fashion. After setting up an organizational skill, Abby has come full circle in getting her work completed by the end of the week. In fact, this week she was done by Wednesday with all her weekly work. In addition, an area that Abby and I are both very excited about is her transition time. Since the beginning of the year, Abby was always the last to get ready for everything. But I can't say that anymore, and she is very proud to say, but I'm not the last one. Abby should also be recognized for justice. There's not a more gentle soul than Abby. She is kind and compassionate with her friends and peers. Abby is always willing to share a snack or be a partner whenever needed. I love having Abby in class and look forward. not in the face of obstacles, but for giving me her best work every time she sits down. I call her my tortoise, slow and steady and winning the race. She may be the last student to complete her work, but is always completed perfectly. She gets good grades because she is the most careful with her work and takes her time to make sure every question is answered thoroughly. She is one of the few students who consistently gives me complete answers on all work she does, including geography in the Daily 5 packet, when it has not been assigned. If I ask for 4 entries, she gives me 8. Paige is always kind and compassionate with others. I especially love that she makes those around her feel happy, special, and important. She has a very quiet, calming way about her that rubs off on those around her. It is a pleasure. John and James are actually getting this leaf together. The first part of it is together, and I think you're going to remember why. They are getting this leaf for both of them for justice. John and James are being recognized, John is being recognized with James for an act of kindness they showed a fellow student during the book selection process of literature circles last month. Remember? I was very impressed with the kindness they showed another student who became upset because he wasn't going to get to read his first book choice. Unsolicited, John and James said that they would read the other student's book instead. It was a virtuous moment that should be emulated by fellow students. Now, John, this is just for you especially. John is being recognized for good choices he is making. I am so pleased when I see John move his seat or ask another student not to talk to him. I can see that John is working very hard to do the right thing at the right time. John is also very polite with pleases and thank yous. He is especially helpful during Daily 5 cleanup. Thank you. It is a pleasure having John in class, and I look forward to them. The first part is the same as what John got. The second part is James is also being recognized for his friendship with Silas. James has helped to make Silas's transition into our school seamless. James has been a good friend and reached out to Silas right from the beginning of the year. They have fun together and are supportive and respectful of each other. It is so nice seeing them laugh together on the carpet every afternoon, like they've been friends for years.
And last but not least, may I please see Miss Maggie Drury, Maxwell Bowman, Amber Dunlap, Jonathan Evanchuk, Christopher Boyles, and Catherine McDonald. Maggie is receiving this leaf in the Forest of Virtue for demonstrating temperance, more specifically, exhibiting obedience and self-control each day she comes to school. Maggie is an excellent role model for other classmates as she makes good choices and acts appropriately at all times. Maggie is always attentive and follows directions the first time she is asked. During transition times, I can always count on Maggie to quickly and quietly get herself cleaned up and ready for whatever is coming up next. As an added bonus, I love the spark I see in Maggie's eyes whenever she's able to share some of the amazing facts she knows about any science-related topics that may come up. She has a wealth of information stored inside, and we as a class are very fortunate to hear her share. I feel honored to have a student like Maggie in class. I appreciate Maggie's continuous effort to be the best student she can be. Max is receiving this leaf in the Forest of Virtue for exhibiting justice each and every day, more specifically, being a good friend and always trying to be fair. Max has many friends and is well liked by both children and adults because of the way he listens to others and treats all with respect. If there is a conflict or a misunderstanding between children, I have heard Max use appropriate words and strategies to try to resolve the issue in a safe, appropriate, fair way. I appreciate Max's efforts because it helps to make our classroom and school a better place. Thanks, Max. We are grateful to have a friend like you. Amber is receiving this leaf in the Forest of Virtue for demonstrating fortitude, more specifically, the determination and effort she puts into learning. Amber is a student who takes her work very seriously. Each assignment, whether it is done at home or at school, is done to the best of her ability. Her work is thorough, neat, well organized, and presented with a smile. Not only do I get to enjoy well-presented work, but equally wonderful is Amber's upbeat personality. She meets each new challenge with a positive attitude and motivation. I admire your perseverance and commitment to learning, Amber. It is sure to bring you much success in future years. Jonathan is receiving this, oh, sorry. Christopher. I messed up. I messed them up in class all the time. Christopher is receiving this leaf in the Forest of Virtue for demonstrating temperance. More specifically, for the qualities of patience and courtesy he displays at school. Christopher is one I can always depend on. During class lessons, Christopher will often take the initiative to help fellow students who are having trouble, even without being asked. I admire his understanding of others' needs and willingness to support them with patience and respect. This maturity and kindness is very much appreciated by all. Christopher, we are all very lucky to have you as a member of 3B this year. Catherine is receiving this leaf in the Forest of Virtue for demonstrating fortitude, more specifically for demonstrating perseverance when things get tough, as well as the qualities of good citizenship she displays. I am so proud of how Catherine has been working in 3rd grade. She comes into the classroom each day and immediately settles into her morning routine. As a 3rd grader, Catherine has faced many new challenges, such as longer literacy assignments, trying to master math facts, and learning to write in cursive. She has persevered through these challenges and is demonstrating tremendous progress. Catherine is also a model citizen. She demonstrates genuine loyalty and compassion to her friends and fellow classmates. It is because of her commendable effort and good citizenship she receives this leaf in the Forest of Virtue today. Congratulations. Jonathan, right? Jonathan is receiving this leaf in the Forest of Virtue for demonstrating prudence. More specifically, having the wisdom to steer away from conflicts, having sound judgment, and making very wise choices. He is someone that many children enjoy being around, as he is careful not to speak impulsively or act aggressively towards another. He is one I can count on to always be doing the right thing at the right time. Jonathan's calm presence is a gift to any classroom. Congratulations, Jonathan. Your integrity will take you far.
All right, friends, you're going to end today's assembly with props. Props for Ms. Davis' class for doing an amazing job. Props for the kids who've earned leaves in the Forest of Virtue. And props for yourselves, because you've been a truly outstanding and patient and respectful and wonderful audience. So props for everybody today. On by 3. Are you ready? You need a reminder of how to do it? Yeah.